Good mid-afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I forgot my prop. Am I really going to carry this with me wherever I go? Wouldn't be hard. It's kind of small. All right, look, we have a real problem in this country, and I'm just here to tell you about it. Like you don't know. We can't have a conversation. We can't be honest because we're accused of being something we're not, basically. I'm going to try to do this without naming names, without exposing talk shows or any of that jazz. But this is why I feel political labels are so dangerous. And I beg people to drop them. And, leave labels at the door and drop political identities because this whole left, right, liberal, conservative, paradigm is just BS, and it's keeping us fighting. It's making people so they believe anything horrible said about somebody on the so-called other side. They're going to believe it because they hate the person on the other side. Now, this goes for somebody refusing to listen to a liberal point of view, a so-called liberal. It's very hard to do this without saying political identities because I'm talking about them. It is very difficult to have a conversation without being accused of this, that, or the other, or without, who also says that is person B, that right-wing kook. How dare you say the same thing a right-wing kook might say? I hate to break it to you, but guess what? Sometimes right-wing kooks are correct. Sometimes left-wing liberal nut bars are right, okay? People can be right sometimes. What do they say about the broken clock? It's right twice a day. Somebody calls in to a show with an objective criticism, an objective question, not even talking anywhere like I am, and the host says, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to Fox News talking points. And gets rid of the person. I laughed. I left a comment and laughed. Honest to Pete. I drop in there because I have friends over there and stuff, but I guess I'm not going to do that anymore at all because it's a waste of time and it makes me mad. It leads to my doing videos, so I don't know. That's probably a curse on humanity. But yeah, we have a real issue with not being able to talk openly because person C down the street happens to be a liberal, or person D in downtown, the business owner, is a big old conservative. I think we can find even footing, and I've said this for a long time, that I do see some sort of melding, coming together, joining, however you want to put it, of more or less libertarian type thinkers and progressive type thinkers. We can fist fight and roll around on the streets later in the day in terms of economic things or, policies concerning health insurance for everybody or whatever, but let's join and agree on the things that are mutually acceptable to both teams, so to speak, like ending these ridiculous wars, like acknowledging that the military-industrial complex rules our lives, acknowledging that the corporate media is just that, and it permeates and seeps into every aspect of our lives. There's a talk show host on later on in the day to whom I also listen, usually for the first hour, because then things become a little bit weird over there as well. But he says stuff that I might call today, actually, because I do want to bring this up to him. It's true that was my stomach growling. It's true that that the corporate media viewership is down. I think that's true from what I can ascertain. But that doesn't mean the narrative isn't somehow seeping into society. It's awful difficult to get away from that narrative, to get away from that type of thinking, because what is it now? 5 corporations are in charge of 90% of our narrative, ladies and gentlemen. So even though some people might not be watching the news or reading the Washington Post or New York Times or any of those, I guess, corrupt outlets, we're still getting, when you go to the store or run into somebody, you get to talking, and it's kind of evident that it's seeping in, even if we try to avoid it. So we need to find a way to find mutual ground with one another, ladies and gentlemen. If we're going to solve any problems or expose any wrongdoing or really see some of these criminals in our government taken to task, we can't be going around saying, oh my God, I can't engage with Digital Diva. I'm just saying that diva as an example because, oh, she's a right winger. Well, BS. Oh, well. Digital, I have no idea what wing you're on. I'm just, using you as an example. We can't do that. We're going to have to find common ground and really talk things out. Or this is getting very dangerous. And this is why a lot of people think, when there's plenty of evidence to show, that somehow this is some plan by the hidden hand, the shadow government, those in charge, to keep us fighting. It's working. It's working. Oh my God. The CIA thing was the conspiracy theory label. It's working. Now anybody who mentions like the Clinton Foundation is a conspiratorial nut bar. I mean, honest to Pete, when will it end? I can't take it. Oh my God. Okay, hold me. That's all. I'm begging anybody here who has not already done so. Please, I don't know, spend an hour maybe and look at what some deem to be conspiratorial. I can't think of anything. I can't think of advice. I just want to get this out there that we have got to work together with like a Ron Paul type person and a Dennis Kucinich or Bernie Sanders type person. They can agree on things. Why don't we go for that, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't we work it all out in the wash later? And we can debate things based on reality and not, I don't know, not BS. I guess that's the best way to put it. We have to start from a position of at least having some truth behind us. Do you know what I mean? Then we can argue the truth of the matter. But until then, I don't know what to say. I'm really concerned now. Very concerned. Maybe you see why I don't hang out with the 24/7 political scene like I used to, because I can't handle it. Evidently. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. Lounging with Lisa, the video series, and as me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join me, join others. Drop your political identities. Focus on issues. Leave labels at the door. And for the love of God or Zeus or anyone, please research before you judge. Love you so.